All right, we live.
I can't see if we have any viewers.
No, not yet.
Where do you see that at?
It should show in your top left corner. It shows live for the amount of time, and it shows a little eye that shows the viewers. All right. You ready, Nikki?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Debrief with me and Nikki, Joe and Nikki. This is episode 2. So if you don't know, you know. Debrief is basically a recap of daily lives the night before, all different type of discussions me and Nikki have, me and my friends have, and we're bringing it to y'all live on a weekly basis. Today we're going to discuss the stimulus bill that just got passed, and we're going to discuss relationships between men and women, if they could be platonic, and different viewpoints on that. Also, we're going to have Nikki's brother, Nick, come on and answer some legal questions, and of course, secrets revealed at the end.
Welcome. Good morning. Good afternoon, Joe.
What's up?
It's we'll get it together though. It's our second episode. We made it to the first one. We had a lot of comments. We appreciate it. So yeah, I mean, I am definitely looking forward to everything you have to say about the CARES Act because you've been talking about it since it stopped in July, and every day is a comment about it. Like, what are they doing? Trump is stupid. So I'm glad they were able to come up with some kind of agreement. I know it's a lot of stuff in it that doesn't make sense. So I encourage people, look, after Joe tells you, you go back and do some research for yourself. They definitely cut money. They're giving out money, but it's almost like, to me, like peasant money. $600 for a woman, a family is not anything when you've been behind on bills. So
yeah, I agree.
Say so.
Yeah. So as y'all know, stimulus package is passed. This really affects me and Nikki because it has to do with the business. It has the SBA loans, the PPE loans, unemployment, especially when it comes to contractors, gig workers, all those people that are bartenders, things like it really affects them. The thing that's different with this one with the stimulus package mainly is it went from 1,200 to 600, as y'all probably heard. Also, it's 600 per person. So if it's you and your child will also get a 600, so that will go to 1,200, or 4 kids, 2,400. So that's a big difference. The unemployment dropped. The extra money they was given went from 600 to 300, and they've only extended it for 11 weeks instead of 4 months like they was trying. As far as music venues, they took care of movie theaters, and they put a lot of money into this vaccine. That's the part I have not gone. It's just passed. I gotta do more research, but I've heard that they are requiring that kids take the vaccine to return to school. So I don't know how true that is or how that's going to work out, but supposedly that's in the bill. It's the biggest bill that's ever been passed through Congress, so we know it's a lot of BS in there. I'll give y'all some numbers real quick. They did 325 billion will go to small businesses. That's PPE loans. 25 billion also will go to SNAP, food stamps. So if you have food stamps, your food stamps will increase by 15%. So depending on how much that is, you time that by 15%, you'll have more food stamps. 10 billion to child care, 82 billion to school. So I'm pretty sure that goes into either tests or vaccinations for students and for faculty in schools. And they passed some weird stuff. Like I found online streaming for profit is now a felony. They passed something for music rights laws. Yeah, I was reading all this last night.
What online streaming for profit? Like that's YouTube, right? People that get a lot of money off of YouTube.
Probably like YouTube. if people are putting movies online illegally, things like that. They got 2 Smithsonian museums. So this is all the money, the stuff they be using for money. And that's as far as I got so far. It looked like they pushed it to get through the holiday as quick as possible. So, Nikki, I'm gonna let you explain how the PPP loans work when it comes to actually the business that we're in.
So the PPP part, we applied as soon as the first day. I remember we were sitting in the office, me and Joe, and it came out. And it was a one.
Probably a federal business.
Is he breaking up? I remember when. Can you hear me? I think I'm breaking up. So when the PPP first came out, me and Joe were sitting in the office, and they were like, "It's 1-page application, and you get 2.5 based off your payroll." So I was like, "It's 1 page," and that was it. They wanted me to turn that in. So that was in March, right, Joe? It just came out.
Yeah.
And I was like, "This is going to cause a problem because there's no accountability. You're just going to go off what I say." So knowing me, it took a lot for me to. Joe was like, "Nikki, don't do it," because I was like, "Wait a minute! All I gotta do is fill out this paper, and I get a check for whatever I say. No documentation, no nothing. Just drop it off." So I had to pray, and luckily Joe was in there. Was like, "Just do it regular." I was like, "All right," but it took a long time to get it because I don't think we got it till May. But it was easy in the beginning. The second time we tried to do it from one of the other companies for the restaurant, it was a lot harder. So we actually didn't get any more because they were still trying to figure it out because there was so much fraud. I mean, I guess there was rappers getting, 50 million. I mean, people was getting millions. And compared to smaller companies that were just getting, 50,000 or 25,000 because they were honest and they were just trying to figure it out. But I would be reluctant to say what's going to happen now when it opens back up, because I could see that people are going to be like, I need to get it. So, yeah.
They have cut out big, basically like basketball teams, like the Lakers. They got one. They won't be getting. They can't even apply for it. People that have tried to open up businesses during the pandemic would not get PPP loans. So if your business has not been open since February 15th of 2020, you won't be getting no money this time around. Also, unemployment is going to be based on your state. So they have not shown what state yet, but it's going to be based on your state if your state wants to extend, even though it's a federal program. So I'm trying to see how that's going to work out for people too.
So you're saying that unemployment, they're definitely getting unemployment, but the state decides what they're getting?
So the state, depending on the unemployment rate, decides whether they're going to extend it or not. So I think that more goes for regular state unemployment benefit, not for the federal program.
Okay. So there's a possibility.
Unemployment benefits that they passed another unemployment. It's a possibility if you're on regular state employee benefits and you've exhausted them that you will not get unemployment still, depending on the state. But the federal program is fine. Like as far as gig workers, like people that's probably musicians, barbers, bartenders, those contract workers, if they're on the federal program and they exhausted their resources, they will be extended 11 more weeks. Also, if you wasn't making a certain amount, you wasn't getting any. Right. They're giving those people $100 now.
Yeah, I didn't understand what that meant. So people that didn't qualify for anything, they're definitely getting $100 on top of 300 or just 100.
100, and I think they got a program for the 100, like 100 as regular employee, right? Regular unemployment, and then throw the 300 on top of it. And I think that's if you made like $5,000 or less. So those people will get 100 plus the 300. Everybody else that was already on PUA will get, I guess, what they was already getting plus 300.
Yeah, I read that because they're using it as supplement. So instead of us getting 600 like we got people got before. Now it's 300 plus the 166 or whatever you were getting.
Yes.
Which is gonna still, so that comes in starting the 26th, correct?
The program expires on the 26th. So the bill is actually on Orange Man's desk right now. If he signs it today, you're looking at like getting your checks January 4th. And the program will continue. So it's possible like it won't be no lapse. But
Right.
Congress did what they were supposed to do. It went through the House.
You're breaking
It
up.
went through the Senate. That's based on his. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're frozen a little bit though.
I mean, he could be an ass dick and just veto the bill if he wanted to. Yeah. He's on his rant now. He got 30 days left. No telling what he's gonna do. But best case scenario, he signs it today. It goes into law, and then it will continue. It won't be no lapse in it.
Yeah.
And then honestly, you probably need to be going for those programs ASAP. Soon as it comes available, going for the programs. So if y'all have any businesses, PPP loans, and SBA loans, the ones everybody going to jail for. Now you gotta show more evident detail, basically, of payroll, things like that. It got to be it has to be a certain amount, and it can't go over a certain amount. Certain amount of employees. Little details have changed with that, I guess, to avoid all the fraud that's been going on. So also, PPP loans that you filled out for, that money ran out for, is supposed to run over. So if you filled out for the loan for the last time, it's supposed to count for this time and not count as the new law for the PPP loan. So you can still get the old money, and if you qualify, put application in for the new money.
Okay.
So it's a lot.
I encourage small business owners like ourselves. We already started like getting our stuff together, getting our thoughts together, because that first day, it needs to be that you're turning in all of your stuff, all of your payroll stuff, all of your tax stuff. We encourage people this week to get it done. Find the applicant. If you got the loan the first time, you need to go on this SBA and fill out the short form or just an application and have it ready and start gathering your stuff. It's it's a strenuous process. It's not something, they've made it very harder this time. Well, in the second time when they got the second money. So I encourage you to get your stuff together, call your accountant, call your tax person to get your stuff together. Don't wait till it opens to start trying to get your stuff together. The day that it opens is when you should be turning in your stuff and just pushing enter. So we're on it. We started, as soon as we said that, I was like,
Yep, it's right. I see what Terrence said. I mentioned that earlier, so that's what they must be talking about with the copyright. So I guess it would affect Fire Sticks, because Fire Sticks do use person-to-person share to show you movies, show things like that.
So you can't have a Fire Stick now?
They probably will track you down, kind of like they did with illegal music, because it says online streaming for profit is now a felony. So selling Fire Sticks will probably be, selling broken Fire Sticks would be a felony, because you're selling copyrighted videos, movie shows, things like that you don't own. So yeah, I got to look more into it, but he's probably right on what he's saying right now.
Because I remember back in the day, like illegal CDs used to be like, there used to be, when I lived in New Jersey, there was like a whole task force. If you had a legal CD, you'd be in trouble. Like, so maybe, I don't know. What does that have to do? I don't know. I think
a good politician always says never let a bill go to waste. So every time there's a bill on that is brought to the House, they're always going to throw stuff in there to line their pockets. This every time there's a bill for something, there's always other things in there that we don't pay attention to every time, every single time. So with this one that being so long, no telling what's in there really.
So how much?
That's just one that highlighted.
Because I know you and the producer were going. It's 6,000 pages. How many pages did you get through of it?
I watched. I was on CNN, but I just was online looking at the highlighted things of the bill. I have not looked at the physical bill. To last North Carolina's bathroom bill, when the last governor was here and was trying transsexuals couldn't use the bathroom, when they were trying to pass that bill, when there was a whole bunch of BS in that bill as far as jobs can discriminate, they can fire you for no reasons. People wasn't talking about that part of the bill. They was focused on, well, I don't want no transgender using the bathroom. So they use these times to, especially in times of crisis or people are panicking, to flip and use throw stuff into bills that we don't know until it affects us.
Right.
So
yeah, we encourage.
It's messed up right now.
Yeah.
I can see it actually another bill being passed once Biden gets in office too.
Right, that's what they said.
Sanders is not happy.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think the things that are going to affect, again, the small business owners are that now they're giving away more money. Like in the beginning, we couldn't find employees. Nobody would come to work. I think we're going to have that now because at this point, that means you're still giving people $600 a week. And thank you, Paige. They're giving people $600 as opposed to they was giving $900 before and they wasn't working. So $600, they ain't coming to work, Joe. You know it's going to be a problem. I already foresee it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just not going to do it.
That's why I said it's going to be based on the state's unemployment rate. So if they look at it and see that, oh, this state is doing good, like people went back to work, they may not extend it in there. Honestly, I don't think that has nothing to do with Georgia or North Carolina because it's still some our unemployment rate is some shit. So, but like states before, even with the last, they gave out the $300, like
right.
North Dakota, South Dakota, little hick towns, they wasn't even getting it. I think Arizona, like certain states wasn't even getting it. So it might be those still states that, yeah, Terrence, you're right. They going back in the day used to be the cable box that got illegal cable. They coming after your neighborhood fire stick guy. That is definitely right. So they make it harder for you in every aspect of life. But I mean, I'm glad it went through. That helps our company. I mean, yes, I've been watching CNN on a regular to see if it was gonna go through. They wait to the last minute to do everything. So
yeah, because they knew they had to do another PPP because they knew that the money that they allocated for us could only last for a little bit of time because you were technically shut down until you got the PPP. And by the time you got it, you were paying to catch up. It didn't last. I don't know why they thought it would last like a year when it was, I guess it was supposed to be 2.5 times your payroll, but I mean, your other bills and, it was hard for us, definitely in the middle of the year, just trying to make it. And you had to stay open no matter what, because you did get this PPP loan. So, I mean, I'm glad they did it again. Again, I encourage everyone to get on board. Even if you know somebody that has a business, if you have an EIN number that was open in 2019, I encourage you to do it. Do not just let all these other companies that are on top of it get the money. Bigger companies were getting it because Joe, if they had less than 500 employees, they were 2.5 times their payroll. So that's why people get 50 million.
So they dropped that too. I think it's like you gotta have less than 300, which is, I mean, that's still a good size company, but they've thrown stuff in it. But it says it's lobbyists. So the guy that probably gives money to such and such campaign that owns a good sized business, and I'm gonna use Lindsey Graham. I don't like him. Lindsey Graham from South Carolina, the senator. He probably got buddies that own companies, and they're like, hey, bro, hey, make sure you throw this in the business. Hello? Yeah.
Yeah.
If I was a senator and Nikki came to me and threw me some cash, I would make sure that I put what she needed in the bill. This is what they do.
Right.
So we're always last, but they're going to line their pockets first. So that's what we're going through right now. We'll see. I'm more worried about what they're going to do with these vaccines, if it's true or not that they're going to require kids to take it to go to school.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
There's not enough research done on those. I don't even see it. I barely like they have to take that other shot. KJ had to get that new shot, like HPC something. I don't even understand that. So yeah, my son won't be doing that. So he been home. He's gonna stay home because I don't. I'm good.
Yeah, KJ. KJ probably cuts the doctor out anyway. He's not putting that in my arm.
Right. I don't know why she brought me here. Like, you don't have anything else to do. The doctor could put KJ out. So yeah. I don't think I'm doing that. So that'll be interesting if they try to make kids take it before they go back to school, because does the vaccine say you're not going to get COVID, or?
I haven't seen it. I was listening to this guy that was breaking down the bill, and they brought that up, and he was like, well, I got to go look more into it. They're not going to scare people off the rip and say, oh, y'all kids got to take vaccines, because they know they're going to get a crazy pushback.
Right.
They'll slowly work it in and manipulate the situation like they always do. Okay. So give it time. They'll get manipulated. They'll either fine parents. They'll jail you. They jail parents from sending you to kids to different districts. So no telling what they'll do or how they'll do it. They'll work their way into it, though.
Okay. So, all right, Joe, we can move on to the next topic. I don't know if we have any guests that's going to speak on this topic, but we're going to
I can speak to both sides of it. Like I said earlier, I think it changes on the mindset and where you at the current moment of time.
So now we're talking about relationships between a male and a female that's strictly platonic. Neither one of them have had any sexual feelings towards each other. Does that work or does it not work? Joe?
Of course, I believe it works. I mean, me and you have a great relationship, and I've never even thought about Nikki in that way. So, like I said, it's all in, I guess, and like I said, my mind state's a lot different now than it was a couple years ago. Shoot, especially when I was out here in these streets. I mean, you meet an attractive woman and y'all cool, y'all hit it off, y'all mad cool. You like, shit, why not? Like, that's one check. She looked good. Two, we mad cool. Why not try to pursue a relationship? Right. So previous years ago, like in my past, I've tried to pursue things like that. Like that would be a perfect relationship. So in my mind, if there wasn't any way a man and a woman could actually be friends without having feelings or relations, or if she ended up if she was feeling some way that day or she threw it at you, would you actually take it? So before, I didn't believe that. Where I'm at now is a totally different place. I believe that. It's the trials I went through is like, is it really worth ruining a friendship? Because that can really, really mess up a good thing. All because you're thinking sexually, honestly, you just want to hit. You want to fuck.
Right.
So I agree. Like back in the days, you attracted somebody shooting a shot. I agree, Terry. Right. I mean, I think the older you get, the more you go through, you start to realize what's worth it, what's not worth it, and what means more as far as in the friendship. Like, there's things in a friendship, with any friendship, male or woman, that you wouldn't ruin over something that's not worth it. And at this, sex is not worth it to me. Like, to ruin a good friendship. Like, you could gain so much more in the friendship than it just being sexual. So I kind of look at it like, that's my nigga. Like, that's my homeboy. I would never look at my homeboy in that way. That's how I look at my homegirls now. Like, I know people get mad at this. That's my sis. That's my bro. But at the end of the day, that's my nigga. Like, you can say, like, I would do anything for him, but I would not go there because it's not worth it.
Right. Well, anybody that knows me knows that I have about 10 brothers. So I have 3 sisters. So I am always with a nigga. I've been like that for my whole life. I connect more with men just because, and the men I'm around take very good care of me. So I wouldn't mess that up by even thinking that way. It works. It works for me in all aspects. I can understand a man's role in the world and in our friendship. Every man brother in my life plays a big role. Like I am a lot. My son is a lot. So it takes all of them. I appreciate the men in my life. I wouldn't trade out anything. I know I was talking to somebody a couple of weeks ago and I was like, hey, the next person I'm with, I probably can't even be with anybody else because I put the men in my life first, because them the niggas that hold me down. Like, I mean, yeah, the next guy can do this, and that, but that nigga Joe Clark will make sure all the cars is done, get KJ together, toast both. Like, it takes a team, and they got it, and it just works for me. So, and I'm okay with that. I do have great relationships with women, but I don't like do girl trips because they're not fun to me. I'm never like on a fuck a nigga bash weekend or we don't fuck with, like, it just doesn't make sense to me, because at the end of the day, ladies, when you go in your room, you're calling a nigga. You could beat them up and all that, but you still beating up your nigga. I don't beat up niggas. I don't do that. I used to do that like a long time ago, but I cherish my male relationships because we can talk about things. They can check me. I can check them. They like to hold people more accountable. They're very strong men, the people in my life, and they hold their own. So it's really good. It's just not the Nikki show, but they able to put their own thoughts in. So I almost would rather be friends with a male than a female. But I do, I have 3 or 4 great girlfriends, but the men in my life they just make me. And so my regular family has accepted it.
I would say something to that, Nikki. So with Nikki, as like Quinn can speak to, Nikki would do anything for anybody, almost to a fault sometimes. That's why we got to be on her. Like,
right?
They don't appreciate you shouldn't do it. When it comes to Nikki with other women, see, us men, we don't take nothing personal, and we don't mind doing nothing for Nikki. We love Nikki to death. We're not a woman, so we don't have some of those traits where it's like, it's about Nikki though. But it's definitely the Nikki show.
It's definitely Nikki show. Yeah. And
Penn wanted to get on.
I sent the link out yesterday. The same link for last night.
And Paige, to your comment, that's what I'm talking about. Like, niggas would shoot their shot, and if the woman says no, stuff goes back to normal. That's the point I'm making. I'm talking about a friendship, a relationship with women that have little relationships. I'm more than talking about. I don't know. Nick, can you send Penn the link? Oh, never mind. Never mind. All right. Yeah. All right. So,
but I could see how some of like my male friends, well, all but 2, like their girlfriends or wives don't like me because I demand attention. Like, you know the rule. If I call you, you have to answer, or you got like 5 minutes before I start calling your mom, because we never know what I need. So, I mean, that's just how it is. That's just the rule. But again, like he said, I'm always there. So if I'm calling you, it may be just a joke. But so girlfriends, a lot of their girlfriends don't like me, but it doesn't, I'm not there for that. I'm not there to tell on your man, number one. And I'm not fucking your man. That I promise you that. It's not that. So they get mad because why you pick up the phone for Nikki? I called you 5 times, you didn't. Hey, sis, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I know I want to tell him something happened with KJ that's funny. So, I mean, you can have him, that's your man, and it's still going to be your man. I have nothing to do with that. So, as women that date men that have a great female like best friend, sister, I encourage the women to get closer to the girl. Don't have a whole group chat about the girl because it doesn't matter. Because I learned, and me and Quinn talked about this a long time ago. The guy that has a great female friend sister was there before you, and she's going to be there after you. I can tell you verbatim 2 times that's happened, that I left the nigga and she was a friend before, during, and after, because she's always been there. So don't try to beat me up because I'm not there to be malicious. Yes, I want Starbucks twice a day, but they know that. I mean, they already know that. So I mean, I'm not changing. They not changing. So I mean, either get down and lay down. I don't understand. Like, that's just how it works. I'm sorry. You
7 Splinter.
I'm there. So, and KJ. So, I'm real with that. That's how it is. Like, I'm not changing. So, if I need Joe to drive me to Augusta, then to Charlotte, and back home in the same day, you can be on the phone the whole time, sis, but I'm going to listen to fuck nigga radio, go to Starbucks, do everything I need to do, and that's still your man. That's fine, sis. That's fine. Let that man be your man. So I mean, and that's not a dig at anybody, but it just doesn't make sense to hate me, to not like me. It doesn't make sense because I only bring value to relationships. So I mean, yeah, I would. But the ones that got it, they got it.
Yeah, Paige, to your point, that's trauma that she needs to deal with. That's not the other person's fault because it's always going to be a problem, no matter who she's with. So that's a trauma that she would have to deal with, or deal with with her current man. So I can't help you with how you feel about my friend if you went through something with a last guy, and I'm not treating you that way. But that's in a lot of relationships with a lot of different issues, though. Like both sides, men and women, blame each other for past traumas they went through because they have not dealt with them yet, or they're not willing to deal with them together in a relationship as 2 people. But that's usually never a friend's fault or the other woman or the other man's fault. That's something that person got to deal with within themselves. And so, like, my girl knows, like, my people are my life.
Right.
Like, just God, family. Family, when I say family, I mean my friends too, because that's what they are right now in football. Right. And she respects it. She doesn't really get in the way of that. She includes herself and them in a lot of things that we do. So I appreciate that. It wouldn't work. I know I couldn't be with no woman that couldn't accept my friends, because they're a major, major, major part of my life, especially because I live down south and my actual blood family's in New York. My people down south are my family. So it means just that much to me, and I can't be with nobody that's not going to understand that.
And I'm not even going to do it. Because she got on board immediately. Like, I mean, she was like, "Oh, Nikki, you need cupcakes?" I'm like, "Oh, you get me." Yes. So she got on board immediately. Like, there was no, like, break-in service or anything. So, yeah, I shout her out for that. She did good. It's the other ones who need to work on. I mean, they'll get it. Or not. Or not.
Tell you be pissing them girlfriends off, yo.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I mean,
listen, you don't say no names, but you pissed off some girlfriends.
Don't care. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Unapologetic, but
I mean, I'm sorry, but it just doesn't make sense to not like me. I'm not that person. I'm not even throwing off sexual vibes. Like, anybody that sees me and Joe or anybody's interaction, it's not sexual. Like, it just doesn't make sense, because whatever you think you're seeing or you heard this is not true. I'm very grown, and I don't throw that off to niggas that I say are my brothers, niggas that I know hold me down. So I just don't do that. So you're getting mad because you don't understand. Yes, this is really how I act. Yes, I'm giving. Yes, I want to feed everybody in the world. Like, today's Charlie's birthday. Like, I'm not there, but yes, she still has to have a cake. Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Like, it just, so that's really who I am. It's not fake. This is me. Like, So once the females can see that that's me, then maybe they'll have a different perspective. But until then, until you sit down and talk to me, or stop trolling on my page, because all you're gonna see is my head. Right? Penn was like, all you see is her head. You don't see me. No, you can see me.
But also to that point, it goes back to Paige's point too. It might be because of something that the man did to make her feel insecure too. So we know our people. We know how they are. So I can't just negate how some of them women probably do feel though. Like some of our niggas could be a little wild, you know what I mean? And it would be like, well, I know you mess with such and such and this chick, and you said that was your sis, your friend. How do I know it's not like that with Nikki? So it can go both ways, but you got to know your friends and know how they doing stuff. Like my girl's fine because we have a more open comment. We're more open. My shit's all out. Like there ain't really nothing she don't know, and she like, okay, I know how Ant is, what he would and wouldn't do. So most girls they haven't gotten to that point with the people we hang with. Some of them maybe, but that be the problem. If I could speak for, I'm like, well, Nikki would never do that, but they don't know that.
Right, and that's why.
What's happening?
Yeah, I mean, it never should be the Hate Nikki show because it just doesn't make sense to me. That, I mean, again, I can see that there's no sexual energy, so another woman should be able to see that too. Like I could see when there's sexual energy with other people in the rooms with like y'all, I see it, but there's definitely none with me because it's like I'm trying to make sure my hair is curled. I'm not worried about y'all. Like who gonna take me home because I'm ready to go. Y'all can come back. So it's really the Nikki show. Like, so I'm not worried about them and what they got going on because I mean, yeah, I don't do. And then I'm not going to be the girl. And that's probably because I'm older. I'm not going to be the girl that says, oh, I don't like him. I don't fuck with him like that. And then really do because I don't want to be that situation.
That is true.
Yeah. I can't be
Nikki will ride for her guys. I tell you that. Like you got beef with us. She really going to cut you off. She really do ride for us. So it ain't no problem. She ride for us like how my niggas would so
yeah, and I can't fight. So like if it goes down, like I gotta call Quinn, Charlie, Alexis, like Shalise. I gotta call people to come fight them because I'm like, hey, sis, I don't fight, but I'm gonna get somebody here. Like I told this girl in Atlanta, I'm gonna get somebody here in 5 hours to get you. Don't even worry about it. 5 hours. Don't worry about it. They'll be here in 5 hours because I can't fight. So yeah, but yeah, I ride. It doesn't make sense not to because as much as the men in my life do for me, the little bit I feel I can do is just small. So yeah, I love that y'all have relationships, and next week we'll have Sub and Los on, but I love that y'all have relationships with your girlfriends and your other friends. I love it. I appreciate it. But again, that has nothing to do with me. And again, remember that, Joe, that goes back to the male, because if you're not explaining to them, your girlfriend, wife, whoever, who I am, then it causes problems in the middle during like, who is this Nikki? Like, I don't understand. So it's like, you have to explain it, like, and then let them meet me. So
that's that conversation piece. That's that conversation piece. And you got to get to a certain point yourself to be able to tell whoever you're dealing with and be honest. Like, I see my boy Subs on here. Me and him have these convos all the time. And it's true. Like, if I've never explained to my girl who you were, or it was always a secret, it's going to make her assume and jump to conclusions.
Right.
Like, I mean, you know, women always got a million questions. So if she's asking, it's probably for a reason. Just ease her mind and just answer the damn question. Like, especially if there's nothing going on. And what did he say? Lowe's got something to say about relationships?
Talk about not being in a relationship next week, Penn. Thank you for
Oh yeah. Lowe's is lonely, so we need to hear the aspect of the lonely single.
Lowe's and Super on next week. about being in the game and being out the game. So thank you for bringing that up early. We haven't got to that part. But thank you, Ken, for bringing up
Keep
next
talking
week's
about
segment.
sneakers. Oh, the
So,
troll's real, boy.
let me try to
Trolls
find
is
the
real.
attorney. If we have some questions and comments, if anybody wants to get on while I look for the attorney.
Yeah, where is Nick?
I know, I'm calling now.
He's definitely past his time.
Definitely past his time. We moved the whole show because he was flying into Atlanta. He's still on the plane.
Of course. Of course, Nick.
Of course. Los ain't. No, we know.
Hey, Sue. You know, we should bring Reem on. Reem out here tearing up the Charlotte streets.
Kareem is?
Oh, my guy Reem is doing his thing. I'm very proud of that young man.
Oh, I gotta talk to Cassie.
He's living his best life, yo.
No.
He looks like a completely different person.
Really?
My man glowing, yo.
Huh.
Yeah.
He got a girlfriend, or he just chilling?
No, he out here figuring stuff out.
Look at Devin talking about what? Look, Joe.
See, Sue just said it too. Reem is way better than Lowe's. Tell Dickie don't violate.
Can we have female? Yes, absolutely. Deborah, I'm your damn female friend. That's what we're talking about. Yes, you can have friends that you don't think sexual about. Yes, absolutely.
So, Nick, all right, that's how you think, Nikki. Speak to the other side. Speak to the insecure woman that don't feel like men can have women. Because I feel like at one point in time, we probably all felt like that. Honestly, I feel like if my girl popped up with a friend now that's a male, I got questions. Because where the hell was he? How did you get to this point that this is your friend now? Right. And right. I didn't know who he was before. And I've known you for so long.
Right. That's a different situation because that you can't say that's your brother. I've been with you for a year and I ain't never seen him. Can't be. The other side, I've never really experienced myself. Like I've never felt insecure about the person I'm dating having a female friend. Because again, I knew that female friend was going to be there, before, during, and after. As a woman, I can see, like you said, if they had other issues with the male, prior, some insecurities, infidelities that made them question, I think that would cause them to not believe that. But again, that's an internal thing that they need to talk about because it's a difference. It's a difference if the girl is Nikki or if the girl is Sapphire the stripper. So, I mean, you just got to play it all out and play the tape all the way out. Don't automatically assume that that's true because, I mean, are you jealous or crazy at this point? So just... if there's insecurities, that may be not having to do anything with the girl that's a friend. It may have to do with the nigga that don't come home till 5 o'clock every day, 5 o'clock in the morning, and he don't have no job. So there's a lot of other things that you may need to talk about before you talk about the friend that's a sister. But I mean, every relationship is different. People are different. But I absolutely think as women, we should try to play a stronger role in seeing the whole picture out before you making all these great grandiose decisions, and stop talking to your homegirls about everything because there is no reason why a female that's in a relationship with a male talks to 5 single people. Sapphire, you met Sapphire, didn't you? You never met her?
Yeah, that's why I just pinned it. She is a nice lady.
No. So Sapphire is not the girl that you can say, this is my friend. You cannot say Sapphire is your friend. So if anybody knows who Sapphire is, she's Nikki's friend. But you can't take her home and say, oh, this is my homegirl Sapphire. She's a stripper from Atlanta. So, but yeah, women should just kind of play the tape all the way out to see the whole picture.
This is what's weird too. Like, so my girl got homeboys well, I ain't gonna lie, my girl really ain't got no homeboys like that. But if the few that she do have, that I've met, I have no problem because we've talked and we've had conversations and I feel comfortable. Now, even with saying that, I still don't know how comfortable I would be with her with them in certain situations. Cause at the end of the day, I feel niggas is gonna nig. I've been the nigga that gonna nig before. Mm-hmm. So it gets tricky.
Can't hear Joe. Can't hear Joe.
Men can't control the situation.
You were frozen, Joe. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I was just saying, like, I don't know how comfortable I'll be in certain situations. So, I mean, I haven't been any that bothers me, but I do think like how I would take certain things that I probably could get away with that I don't know if I would feel comfortable with her doing. I don't know yet.
Right. So that's also what in the current situation, it's hard, but those are things you tell the person up front. So my current situation, it's like, you knew that before you met me, that you had to talk to Nicholas, Toast, Scott, Joe, KJ, Sue. You had to talk to 15 people. You knew that before. So when it comes up now, it's like, you already knew that. Like, you saw me with 15 niggas. So it shouldn't be a problem now. But over time, I would be reluctant to see if it's gonna be a problem. So I don't know. It's a lot. And as a male, most of my male friends probably couldn't date a woman like me because you have to be very secure, like all the time. Like, because me, Joe, and Toast, we'll stay in one room. And they're like, so it would take a lot for a man that's not secure and understanding that he could deal with that. Like, so you only going on vacation with 2 niggas and you? Yeah. Because who's going to carry my book bag? Who's going to know I don't drive in the city. Like, but that person's going to have to be very secure. Like, so I don't know. It's a lot. I understand. And that's why I try not to do it. But somebody told me yesterday, like, they appreciate the help because I am a lot. So, I mean, it just depends. It depends on the person. I guess it's a lot. His Wi-Fi is trapped.
It is. I'm over here with the Teddy Riley Wi-Fi right now. I keep going in and out for some reason. I have no clue. Yeah, Paige, I feel you. Some things you just can't worry about, and you gotta let it be what it is. It'll come to light sooner or later. But I mean, we are human. Them thoughts will run through you naturally. I mean, you can't help it, but it's not nothing I'm chasing down specifically in my situation. I just a thought, and I just wondered how other people feel about it.
Hey, Danielle. Okay, now the one room is a bit too much. No, it's not. No, it is not. It is not. No. No. There's like 2 beds in the couch. And I think we did that one time.
So Soup said, would you be okay with your man staying with 2 women?
If there was Quinn and Charlie, yes. If there was Alexis and, Trey, yes.
I think Soup is talking about me and Toast. And Soup is like the situation me and Toast. Really, all your friends, honestly, Nikki, all your homeboys.
So, Nikki, would you be? I can't be mad because I do it. I can't be mad. You can't be mad at something you're doing. Also, you can't be mad when it's like, oh, I'm about to go with them to Vegas. I holler at you. Like, I can't be mad. I mean, and that's being grown. Like, if I do it, that means you can do it. So, I mean, I think differently about a lot of things. So I probably am not the best person. Somebody more like, hell no, my nigga can't stay in the room with 2 girls. No, he can't stay with Alexis and Quinn in the same room. All right, well, I mean, that's on you. I mean, I'm fine because I do it. So There's 2 beds and a couch, and Toast is usually, that was one time, and because usually it was connecting rooms, and I have my own room because I need all this stuff. But yeah, I mean, hell, yeah, it's not a big deal.
Pays a big room, my ass.
They could be fine ass women. I'm okay. I'm not insecure. I've never been like that. That's fine. Banging body. Good. That's good.
I'm on Wi-Fi. Yo, I knew Sue was gonna take it there, yo.
Yeah, I don't. Tell me, it's a big room. Yeah, it has 2 beds and a pull-out sofa for one night. Like, it's not a big deal. It was not. We didn't even think anything of it. Like, I didn't even think anything of it. I just said it like it was a big deal. Like, no. Yeah, it's all right. I can't be mad at something that I would do. So if my current situation,
what if it's something that you don't do? Ladies that's in here, what if it's something that you do not do?
Right.
Because it's easy to not be mad at something that you do because you feel it's okay in the first place. What is something that you don't do that if he did would make you mad that you can argue that it's not a big deal? Like I said, I don't know. Like, shoot, me, Nikki Toast, we be all around the damn world. So I don't know. I don't think I would be mad. I just don't know how I feel if she went on the trip, the other guy was in the room, and her homegirl went the other room. So I'm just curious. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. You want an example? I mean, I guess he's saying like most women would have a problem with their man staying in a room and traveling with two females. So that's why he's saying like most women are not going to even do that. Stay in a room with 2 males. So
they're saying like they depend on who it is. I agree. It would have to, like I said, it would have to be somebody I'm comfortable with and probably that I spent time and I know them. Like have convos, been around, things like that.
Yeah, it can't be the new nigga that we just hired. It can't be the cook and the chef at the group home. Like, what the fuck? No, it's got to be somebody that. And I mean, again, if
can Paige call in?
Yeah, I can send her. Let me ask.
You got the cooking right now.
I have the link.
Like Shalise, me, Nikki, and Charlie and Toast been all around the world. I don't know how. Can you be friends with an ex? I don't know how I feel if Janelle was doing that. Not saying I would be mad. I just don't know. I can't put myself in the space of it. No, Toast, I don't think you even should be friends with an ex. Really? Like that word friends get thrown around real loose.
Paige, click on that. Can you be friends with an ex? I mean, it depends on how you broke up. You may have just broke up because they moved across, depends.
So say you broke up with your ex, they moved across because they moved across the country. Right. You're in a new relationship. So you never really broke up because you stopped having feelings for them or something. So you may still have feelings. Like that whole thing is real tricky. Like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all was friends first in a relationship. The relationship didn't work out. So what, you better off as friends? Do you still have feelings for each other? There's a lot of questions that got to be answered in that space.
Paige, did you get the link? Paige, I emailed you, and the link is on the bottom.
You gotta let her cook. It depends. It all depends.
Let her cook. What?
I would wonder why it means so much, honestly. Like I said, there will be a lot of questions that come with it, depending on the answer.
Of course you are, Devin. Of course you
are. Yeah, Dev.
Oh, here we go.
It's not that you're cool or not.
Sorry, y'all.
It depends. It all depends.
Okay, so this is how I feel. Can you hear me?
I would wonder why it means so much, honestly. Like I said, there will be a lot of questions that come with it, depending on
you.
Okay, so I kind of feel like this with the whole, people would feel comfortable doing certain things.
It's not that you're cool or not.
Oh, hold on. Okay, so this is how
something is echoing.
Sorry, I had you guys on another tab, so it was feeding back. So this is how I feel about the staying in a room thing. It's a no for me, because you can say you'll be cool with something until you're actually in that predicament. Like, okay, yeah, it can be like I said, it's depending on who it is, because it can be me, my homegirl, and my homeboy, which my dude already met and stuff like that. But if he were to stay in a room with two females or whatever, I think I would personally feel some type of way. Yes, I know what I would do and what I won't do. But at the same time, some people be real shysty. So, you can't really trust them, even though my dude may be cool with them and trying to tell me, she just cool, whatever. I don't trust that shit. And I feel like it was another topic y'all had on here. What did y'all say earlier? Oh, the insecurities. What I was saying was the insecurities that men put in women. It can be from them cheating on them, and so when they have issues with their friendships, it's not because the woman needs to just solely deal with her. It's because the nigga that she may have an emotional attachment with, and even if whatever the relationship is strictly platonic, it may be strictly platonic, but in the back of her mind, it's like, well, nigga, you did some other shit, so what you doing now? And it's just something that I feel like either it's relationship insecurities or any personal insecurities. A person should definitely deal with their issues before they invite other people to be in a relationship with them or whatever. Like, it's a whole bunch of stuff. I know bringing baggage from your past relationships into a new relationship can cause big issues also. But that person you with may have placed some issues or insecurities in your relationship right there. So when you place insecurities in your relationship, the foundation of your relationship just kind of gets fucked up.
So Paige, to your point, so I'm gonna go with the whole room thing. Only reason, like you said, it would be insecurities, or you said people would do fuck shit. They could be fuck shit. Mm-hmm. I would think that way, but that's why I said you got to deal with your traumas and work through it. Only reason why I would think that is because of what I've previously probably done in the past, what I've seen or done or have experienced. But that's not my girl's fault. Like, if you got a good person, whoever you with, and they're showing you they're good, they're showing you that you can trust them, you shouldn't let what you've been through before, seen or gone through, affect that until they prove you wrong. That's why I come to where you got, yes, is it hard? Yes, it's very, very. But if that person is worth it, you're supposed to work through it. That's where you come to working it together. Like, hey, babe, it's not nothing you did. It's not how you are or anything, but this is what's happened in my past. So these are the thoughts that run through my head in this type of situation. Right. What's your thoughts? So you ease each other's minds by expressing how you feel instead of just thinking and just going off. That's with anything, though, but with that specific situation, because I understand it would be kind of hard for me. Like, but I would have to talk that through so she understands how I feel. Right. So I can see what she says and how she feels. And I'm like, okay, no matter what happens, my girl ain't on no fuck shit. And then, it comes with trust. And if she was going to do it, she not just going to wait till she till she's in the room with them two niggas. I'm not with her 24/7. She could do it at any time.
Right.
But I think the communication and the conversations back and forth don't be had enough between people in relationships. You love somebody, you like them, you like kicking it with them, and you scared for that to end, so you don't go into those hard areas, or as far as those talks, because it can ruin it. But it will ruin it in the future.
To reassuring that person too, if you do have if those insecurities are there and a person expresses that or whatever, it has to be a form of me reassuring you that this is not going to happen. I'm not like that or whatever. It don't matter if y'all have all this trust and nobody has allowed you to see where they can be untrustworthy. You just have to reassure them and kind of help them get through that shit. Because I mean, when people do fuck shit to people, that does fuck them up in their future relationships. Like, I mean,
that's true. So that's where a compromise will come in. It'll be like, okay, I feel you. You don't feel comfortable in us being in the same room. I get that. That's not something big that we got. I got to go on this trip. How about I will find another room or something. Like, that's where the compromise comes into it. Like, what would make you feel comfortable? So I definitely get that point.
I'm talking about. But everybody ain't like that. And then when you have this open relationship and open conversation with your girlfriend, everybody, you can have open conversations, but open conversations may be full of lies. You have to be honest also in your conversations, because if the person want to deal with you, let them deal with you based off your honesty, whether it's some bullshit that they have the option to deal with your shit or not.
Yeah, but I mean, at that point, if I've had those thoughts and those doubts, I probably can't be with that person. Like, if I'm questioning everything that they're saying, this ain't gonna work. Like, that's just a hard, because you steadily fact checking, like, constantly. Right. Like, oh, how is you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even want to be with no person like that. Like, at that point, it's mad toxic, and then you find yourself questioning why am I even with this person? But like, situations is always going to come up in a relationship. I'm talking about the basics. It should be that you trust that person if you're in a relationship with them. Like, I feel like that's what any relationship, friendship or girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, you should trust your people. Like, whatever you say you're going to do.
Yeah, because I would feel offended. I would feel offended if my situation said, you can't go nowhere with toast. You can't do that. And no, you cannot. And I'd be like, why? I wouldn't even understand. Why? What are you talking about? I've been doing that. So today, because you're here, I shouldn't do it. We can have a discussion and I'm going to be mad, but you got to have all your shit together to tell me what I cannot do that I've been doing for years. So, I mean, no. Again, because you met me with 15 niggas. So you cannot.
That's the problem right there, Nikki. Like, niggas be trying to change you. It's like, this is how you met me. So I'm going to leave your ass where you at, because you already knew that I had all these niggas as friends. Right. So now they can't be my friend. No. You got to go, because they not going nowhere. Like, niggas be temporary. So
like I was dating one guy and like, you met me like this. Then like 3 weeks later, you're talking about let's go to the gym. Bitch, I've been fat with you. I'm not going I didn't go to the gym last week before I met you, and I'm not gonna start that motherfucker now.
Let's go to
the gym. To me, I've done good. I've lost 100-some pounds over the years. So, nigga, I'm straight. You met me like this how it's gonna be. So, you want to go walking? No.
We ain't doing shit.
I'm not walking. No, so you met me like this. That doesn't make sense to me. Like, no, walking.
Girl, you stupid. I'm gonna let y'all go, but I just didn't feel like typing. I was tired of typing, so I'm gonna get back on your other link so y'all can carry on.
All right, we appreciate you.
All right.
I think Norwood is here. So Norwood is here. He said give him 5 minutes. So all he has time is to tell a secret. So, Mr. Richardson, if you could get on and tell your secret. I know we're over producer's tripping. Are you tripping, producer? It's 104. Let me see. I just met Mr. Richardson can get moved to next week.
We'll meet your female friend and say the woman intuition is telling you that. Sub, I agree. I definitely agree. Only thing I could think of is try to have those conversations and reassure her. And honestly, if she can't get it, probably not going to work out.
Yeah.
Probably not going to work out. And because we don't understand that whatever they said, that women intuition, that must be the powers they got yesterday on the 21st.
Yeah. When we say their women intuition is telling them that your friend is trying to get at you. Yeah, that was a situation. Yeah, that happened over the summer, but yeah, I don't see it. I mean, I see when that person said it, now I see it, but yeah, I don't know. You have to be you have to be some kind of a woman to do that. Like you need to worry about some other things, sis. If you want to portray yourself like you this nigga's friend and you fucking him behind, like you got some other things you need to work out, sis, because that shit just it's not cool. Like you don't want to be that girl. You should not do anything that you don't want to do. You don't want to be treated like that. You don't want to have a man and he fucking all his friends because you now fucking like, no. Like as a woman, you shouldn't even do that. So it's just grimy. Nah, bro. No.
Is Nick ready? I see him down there.
Oh, I see him. Norwood. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. We just have about 5 minutes, Mr. Richardson. I know that you're supposed to talk about legal issues. I do and give you a chance for your secret, but I do want to. Do you want to wait, Joe? Do you want to wait to talk to him next week, or you want to just tell a secret? Because we're over time at this point.
Yeah, we over.
Look, I just literally, I'm at Atlanta Airport right now. I can call it next week.
No. We still want a secret.
The secret is you have to be up from this damn airport.
Nigga, what's the secret?
Gotta wait till next week.
Okay, so we're gonna ask one legal question then.
I'll have some stuff for Nick.
Okay.
Yeah, he got here late and we over 7 minutes. So
we appreciate you, Mr. Richardson, for coming. So we'll talk to you next week. And next week we'll have Subin Los and Mr. Richardson. Next week we'll have legal questions and secrets. And
I might get Reem.
But Reem is in between the streets, right? Now?
No, Reem out here, yo.
But Reem and Los would be the same person, right? So
he's fresh out.
Okay. So next week we'll be discussing more of the CARES Act. We'll try to get any information in. We'll talk about being in the streets and out the game or still in the game. So Sue will be able to talk about that. And Kareem, I guess, will be our other host. And then Mr. Richardson will talk about legal issues and tell a secret. We appreciate y'all. We're sorry for running over. Have a great day. Be great. Happy holidays. We'll see you. I'm not, Joe, do you want to change the time to 12 or you want to keep
we'll talk about it.
Okay. So we'll send the link, share, subscribe, give us some criticism. We appreciate y'all. Be great. Be great. And that's it. Thanks for joining.